Right now, we're going to talk about knowing you. Years ago, back when I used to rap, I just finished doing some shows overseas in Germany. I think it was 1993. And I went with some pretty dope dudes and we did some pretty big shows. I think one of the crowds was like 3,000 to 5,000 people. It was massive. And we came back. This was a couple years after I had actually dropped out of high school, gotten my GED, and I wasn't really doing anything but music at the time. I think I'd taken a few college courses at the JC. And I bumped into an old student who I used to know. And when he saw me, he was like, "Oh man, how you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm cool." He goes, "What you been into?" And I don't know if it was what I was wearing or if he just brought it up. He was like, "Are you still rapping?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was with my friend. He was like, "Man, you should stop rapping, dude. You're not really built for all of that, blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? I just really like you. I don't want to see you out there like that, And then he just like kept walking. This was at Ceremony Mall. If you're in the Bay, you know Ceremony. Why would he talk to me like that? What is he thinking? So my boy who was with me was like, "Bro, how come you just didn't tell him how you just got back from Germany and you was da-da-da?" I said, "Because he can only see me through his brain." Let me tell you something about human beings. This is a big deal. Most people quietly, by virtue of their own existence, think that they're better than you. They just do. So if you're going to write a poem, they think their poetry is going to be better. If you're going to play basketball, they think they can swatch you. It's just the human kind of thing that's in us. Okay? I said, he doesn't think he can be a dope MC, but he thinks he's better than me, so he doesn't think I can be a dope MC. I don't need to tell him that I just got back from Germany, that I just rocked 5,000 crowds, that I just crushed it on the radio. I don't need to tell him none of that because he doesn't know me. He doesn't even know himself. And this is the point. Most of the people who tell you what you can't do don't even know what they're capable of. You have to have like some kind of protective cover over your heart. You have to be clear about who tells you what you can and can't do, but mostly listen to no one who tells you what you can't do. A lot of times there's this thing called the mosaic factor. And what does that mean? That means your parents want the best for you. You tell them you want to do this thing, and they say, "Hey, you know what? I don't think you should do that." That's based on their fear that they can't do it. It's based on a fear of a failure that they took and kept and held on to. And from a place of love, they don't want that kind of failure for you. So they say, "Hey, look, I don't think you should do that." Don't let them use their failures and pass it on to you as a generational negative gift. Do not accept it. Go be great. Don't worry about them. Whatever their failure was, that was for them. Whatever your failures are, those are for you, and it's your duty to go beyond them. All right? So, understand, most of the people who tell you what you can't do, they don't know you, they don't know themselves, and you need to be very practical about who you take advice from in your strategic planning and in your commitment to long-term choices and goals. Now go be great. Mind over matter. I said most get the